Welcome back. You're watching I-1 Sri Lanka with my guest this morning, Prasanna Padmanathan, who is the National Director for Sri Lanka for Mr. 2011. Prasanna, you mentioned that when they contacted you, you had to send, okay, how do I judge? Now, we're talking about an international event where the entire world is participating. Now, when it comes to a judge's point of view, especially in a pageant like this, there's so many things that the contestant and what is delivered by the contestant and what is expected by the judges. Now, these are two things that need to go hand in hand, but unfortunately sometimes they don't see eye to eye. Now, in your proposal that you put forward on what you're going to judge as a member of the panel of judges, what do you think was different to the others? What are you looking at in an international competition like this? What do you think the key element of a competitor, what do you think has to be that essence that needs to be delivered in a competition like this?
Well, I will give you a summary, Krishanta, from what I have put and what actually the criteria was from the offer letter that I got, where the judges should be with the contestants all 10 days of their stay at the venue of this particular pageant, where judges are being given a task of judging them on every single aspect in terms of their punctuality, right? And in terms of their dedication, and in terms of their behavior, how they are moving with their fellow contestant, right? And then all the contestants who come for this particular pageant are expected, or it's a must, so submit a ecological project that they will undertake in their home country. So that means because Mr. Earth is all about preserving the environment and protecting the earth, right? So they are expected to submit an ecological project which will show their work in their own country, and also they have to prepare a 8-slide presentation and they have to present it for the board of judges over there, which is not an easy task. And also the judges will have personal interviews with all the contestants to talk about their ambition, their vision, and how they are focused, and their professionalism, and all sort of things, and also their etiquette in terms of business etiquette, in terms of dining etiquette. Everything will be checked during the pageant. So this is one extreme in terms of their personality, in terms of their behavior. On the other extreme, you have to judge them in different attires. So there will be a casual wear, it will be a sports, it will be a swimwear, and there will be a national costume, and then their walk, how they are, showcasing their garment, and how good they are in overall in all the aspects. Because a person who's coming out as a Mr. Earth, that means for this entire world in this particular year is the representative of that particular title. So they expect an overall personality to become Mr. Earth. So this is exactly the same in terms of other beauty pageants as well. If you take Miss World, Miss Universe, that's what they are looking at, not only the beauty, but beauty with brains and a purpose.
Okay. Prasanna, now the local catwalk in Sri Lanka, when it comes to the guys, we mainly see 6-footers with a lot of muscle, with six-pack and tattoos and macho, with that. But you see the Paris catwalk or the Australian catwalk, it is skinny guys who are not at all bothered about about their six-pack. What do you think is expected in this competition? You are going to judge a male pageant. Now, when it comes to these two areas of being macho with a six-pack and just a skinny fellow with a good suit on, what do you think? How do you think this experience you are going to have on these two criteria? What do you think will be the outcome when it comes to your personal judging?
Well, Krishanta, it depends on the person, because a person who looks bulky and have a very good body, if he had the right height, it would look good on the ramp. But a person who's not at that particular height, because this is not a model pageant, so you're not expected to be a professional model to take part in this pageant, but you should have a decent height and a decent body. So even, you know, we have seen skinny guys, as you told, taking part in these pageants as well. But for their height and for their proportionate body, they might look good on the ramp. So of course the judging might, you know, might take, or I might consider, or might judge in terms of that particular situation, how they are presenting themselves on the ramp.
When it comes to the walk itself, now what exactly is meant for the women? I think the catwalk, from the words itself, is very simple. It's the way a cat keeps the legs in front of each other on a straight line. But when it comes to men, there is no catwalk. There is just, is there a standard walk for men, or is just everybody walks the way they want? What's your take? How does that happen?
Well, Krishanta, that's also again, like you call it catwalk.
Okay.
So again, in this particular area, there's particular standard, and you know, there's basics that you should follow in terms of walking on the ramp. You can't just walk like you walk on the street. So the trainers and the choreographers, they will train you to do your basics, and they will correct your basics properly. But again, it's your duty that to create your own style and the, you know, the unique style that you can create, which will portray you different from the rest. And we have few people who you can exactly identify from the walk without looking at their face. This is the model. You should be able to, because if you take abroad, the criteria they say, with the shadow of the model, the walk, the shadow, you should be able to identify the model. So how far that is true in our country. But some of our models have their own unique style of walking.
This is going to be an international event where almost every country will be having a piece of their share. As a person, for you, what do you think of this achievement in judging such a big event, to be a member of the distinguished panel of judges? What do you think as a personal achievement? How do you take this achievement personally?
Well, this is a very good, I think, achievement, not only for me, for the country. But say, I always tell, your own talents are not much recognized in your country, but someone else internationally recognize you and give you the opportunity. Me being in this industry, we have been not invited for any of our pageants to judge, or even not even a mini pageant to judge. But being recognized internationally first. So this is, I've been judging, I judged fashion contests, but not a beauty contest. But I'm happy that they have identified the potential and the background that I had and invited me. So yeah, I consider this as an achievement, but more than me, I'm happy that I'm representing the country in the international arena with all the other distinguished panel of judges.
You've been very critical in what you said earlier on. It's that here, not even a mini pageant. Do you think it's the same old faces that we see in the criteria that you said? It's you know, the same old people who probably look at certain things, but I think in time to come, when I think the taste of the young generation is in vogue, I think I'm sure I mean, with this achievement, I'm sure it will be all good for you in the local industry itself. Well, any key elements that you're looking forward to when you go for this competition in your own personal judging? Anything interesting or unique that you will be specifically looking for in this contest or from the models?
Well, in terms of my area of judging, I'm very critical in terms of, you know, judging a contestant, because throughout my life I've been involved in judging in terms of musical contests, dance competition, fashion shows, and speeches, dramas, many areas. So what I will look is the total package of that particular person, not only one element. So a person who's very good in his personality, but who can't, you know, represent or present himself good, won't get a mark. A person who's like very well groomed and, you know, very good looking, but who's not good in terms of answering a question or, you know, just presenting something, also won't get a mark. So a balance in all the areas which I will look in judging this particular pageant.
I think, Prasanna, when it comes to the last answer that you gave, uh, you may be the most picture perfect person at the entire show, but when it comes to the other little things behind the curtain, as you mentioned, the etiquettes that, you know, the dining, the business etiquette, things like that, and how you mix up or you mingle up with your fellow colleagues. Now, in a competition, now there is a lot of pressure for the judges because of the fact that these elements behind the curtain is not seen or heard by the people who take part. It's just that at the day of the competition, you see this beautiful looking guy. Now, in your particular, this you see this the most good looking guy in the ramp, and then the award goes to somebody who is rather not. And you know, these become very controversial. You'll have problems after. I've seen it many times in the local criteria as well. Now, these, at the end of the day, what do you give more weight on to, or is it just the balance? Or now, when you talk of a model, okay, you're looking at a model. The model itself means, okay, good looking, you know, with the. But when you give marks for other criterias as well, and then you get kicked off because your other criterias didn't match. How do you take this? Where do you give the main role? Is it the looks, or is it the things behind the line?
No, this Krishanta, now this was my thought as well in terms of Sri Lankan model pageants, because the judges, they come and sit and they see them for like 2.5 hours or 3 hours on the ramp and make the judgment. They might be having a personal interview for like 10 to 15 minutes a day before the pageant, but which is not enough or sufficient. So that is the reason these international pageants, we are going to be with the contestants throughout 10 days, from wherever they are going to go, or wherever they are going to go for a dinner or a, you know, or a trip or a fashion show or a press conference. The judges will be there throughout with the contestant, and also they will be put into group projects, ecological projects. So you take care, or you see their team working ability, their motivation, their leadership. So you will know. So before the pageant, the gala event is going to be on October 9th. But before the pageant, the judges will know who is going to be the winner, because you have already identified all the aspects which you see behind the scene before the pageant. But over here, it's not happening. So that might be one reason you're not picking and choosing the right candidate to send for the international pageant.
Well, it's like selecting a candidate to be a part of the royal family, basically. Okay, Prasanna, thank you so much for taking part with us and sharing your knowledge, sharing your experience, and the heights that you're going to take Sri Lanka in representing Sri Lanka at this distinguished competition, Mr. Earth 2011. We wish you all the very best in your career, as well as all the very best on this show that you're going to represent Sri Lanka in as well. Well, with that, it's time for us to move out of the studio. We will see you again with another edition of iBorn Sri Lanka. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.